One. Yeah,
Ta-da!
it's one. When you were on the sets of, Sikandar, and I'm sure when you had interactions with Salman and others, how things were. Like, were there some dabba chats happening?
First 2-3 days I took my dabba and then I was like, okay, you know what, his food is too tasty, I'm not going to take a dabba. See, every time he entered set I used to get nervous till the last day.
Okay.
But I think chatting with him was like, he's very sweet. I'm not in the kitchen that often. Like very rarely,
Yeah.
but when I am, I can cook. Like it's not like I don't know how to. It's not something I wasn't mentally ready for as much as my mom thought I wasn't. My dad was always like my biggest motivator. He always said, go for it.
Wow. I really want to have
But
this.
I hope it turns out nice, huh? I'm like worried now.
I'm going to judge you now for your cooking skills.
No, you did not come for dance class in 5 days. And I'm like, you were saying that?
Of all you?
Out of all you, yeah, she was very against it, I feel, when I was in school. And I used to always tell her, I want to act. And she used to be like, no, just quietly go to school.
I was talking about Varun Dhawan, probably like how was his reaction, when...
Like, give me a reaction, like, what did you think? And he was very proud of me and he loved the film. So, yeah. So, the pasta is well cooked because you like it well cooked. By chance, it's not well cooked. It's because pasta is supposed to be al dente. That's the logic.
Let's go with that. Hi, this is Amina Sheikh here on my special show What's Cooking, and with me right now I have Anjini Dhawan, so join me as I welcome her on my special show. Lovely to have you, Anjini, and I could see that you're very excited. I've gotten excited because it hota hai what's cooking, and now I want to know what's cooking in the pot. I have never tried this, this kind of dish. I would like you to tell the audience what you're making.
So today we're making my go-to dinner, which is a gluten-free, kind of healthy one-pot pasta.
One-pot pasta.
One-pot
What
pasta,
exactly is going to be there in one-pot pasta? Like, what are you going to make around it? Kya ingredients hoga and all these things, getting spicy, kaise hoga?
So we're going to do like gluten-free spaghetti noodles,
Yes.
Pasta. Lots of tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, some tomato puree, lots of parmesan cheese, some basil, some parsley, little bit of onion, garlic, olive oil. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's very easy. It's just everything in one pot. It's quick to make. It's no tam-jham, no, cleaning. It's easy.
And just because she said it, I got so tempted just to have it that, यहाँ पर ही conversation को end करते हैं और move on करते हैं kitchen की ओर so that I can try Anjini ka pasta.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Special cook today, the special chef right now I have Anjini's kitchen, and I could see like she's interested in making something which is like we spoke about.
Yeah.
It's about pot pasta.
The one-pot pasta.
The one-pot pasta, and I've never tried one-pot pasta, and I think like probably today I'm going to try. So I'm excited. I could see that we are already waiting for this.
Yes.
Let's go.
It's honestly very easy, and it is my go-to dinner. So I'm going to put some olive oil. Let it heat up a bit.
Yes.
The thing about this pasta is that when you don't have someone to cook for you and you just want to make something really quick but tasty, so this is my like go-to recipe. I'm just gonna like spread out the oil. And don't ask me for measurements. I'm a full andaza wala. Get some onions. face, and I used to be like this little healthy, chubby child. And they, you know, by default in school, you end up making fun of each other and all. So I used to get very like bothered by that. So when I was maybe like, I was very young, I was maybe 15, 16, 9th, 10th grade, I went on a really bad crash diet where I just stopped eating carbs completely. And I would barely eat food, and I lost 13, 14 kgs like that. Too fast, way faster than I was supposed to. So that was very unhealthy because, you know, when you stop eating carbs, your hair falls.
Of course.
So, and that time I didn't know, I was just young and I just wanted to lose that weight and I didn't think much of it. You know, my whole idea was, oh, I want to be thin. I didn't think of doing it the right way. So, yeah, I feel like once I lost weight that time, then I started understanding more about food, healthy food, nutrition, how important your carbs are, your fats are, everything is important. So now the way I look at it is very different. But at the time I recklessly lost weight just like that in a very unhealthy way, and then I never gained it back. Then I was careful. I was like, now that I've done it only, now let me just maintain it and now, like, you know, try and do it in a healthy way.
So do you prefer, like, when you're shooting, like when you started off your debut also, you prefer taking your dabbas with you?
Yeah, I always take my dabba. I'm going to add some mushrooms to this.
So now this has been done and now mushrooms are there.
Yeah.
I'm getting excited to see your food and what you're making actually today, and I really want to have this.
I hope it turns out nice, huh? I'm like worried now.
I'm going to judge you now for your cooking skills.
I hope this turns out nice. Let the mushroom cook thoda sa. Because mushroom leaves some pani. Mushroom pani chhodta hai.
Achha. Are you allergic to any food items?
Almost everything. I'm allergic to a lot of things.
Really?
I'm allergic to almonds.
Almonds of all?
Pistachio, milk, dairy, gluten, aloo. I'm extremely allergic to aloo.
But of late also, you know, we see, you know, and we have seen the transformation of, you know, some of the filmmakers, actors, especially, you know, Karan Johar is in the news. He's kind of, you know, lost tremendous weight because
and I think he's looking great.
Yeah, it's suiting him in a way because, see, he used to be very conscious. He used to always say that, you know, he's very conscious about his body. He used to feel like, you know, body dysmorphia. He's spoken about that. And, you know, that happens, you know, when I feel like I'm feeling heavy, you know, because of, you know, period flow and like that, you know, you want this?
I feel like only you are talking and my focus is like, khana acha banna chahiye. So I'm gonna add some tomato puree.
Yeah. Like even Varun Dhawan for that matter, he's transformed, you know, how he used to look versus now where he is. Do you also kind of, you know, get into that zone wherein you feel like, oh my god, you know, I have just kind of gained certain inches, or, you know, a kind of feeling like just to be in that portion, or, you know, lose the weight?
You know, like I told you, this was more of a thing when I was much younger. Like I used to get very insecure of my weight because I was fairly like healthy.
Yes.
This was more of a thing when I was like younger. I used to get very conscious, but I feel like now I've beaten myself up to it so much as a child that now, you know, I don't care. I'm like unapologetic when I'm eating. I'm like, you know what? I need to eat good food, and I know how to balance it. Like I'll have my days where I'll order in like a really unhealthy meal, but then I know how to go to the gym. I have to work out, and the next day eat my ghar ka khana. So like that, like it's all about balancing it out. I feel like you don't have to be healthy 7 days a week. I think everyone should have that one Sunday, or you could even make it a Monday. You choose what day you like, and just then go all out. Order your favorite food, have French fries, have everything.
Now I could see like it's sorted very well. What you could do is you can probably do this, and I'll just keep on.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly
help you a bit.
Cut some tomatoes. Wait, I'm gonna take like a hand. Some I'll put ऐसे because वो गल जाएंगे, and then some I'm gonna cut.
One thing about you which was quite in conversation when you know, made your debut and then you started working was about your tattoo.
Oh, about
and
my
different
tattoo?
kinds of tattoos
really?
actually, yeah.
Is there a conversation? Is there a thing?
Yeah, there were some like, you know, stories around it, and now I have gotten a bit interested in that, you know. What is in your thought process, you know, what do you put in your mind when you are kind of, you know, getting into...
I have three. I have 3 tattoos. And I've gotten all of them extremely impulsively. I have this. This is my mom, dad, and brother. I think this is the one people have thought of the most. They're like, what is this date? What is this date? It's actually my mom, dad, and brother's birthday.
Oh, okay.
It's the first tattoo I ever got. Okay. So I told my mom I want to get a tattoo, and she said the day you come home with a tattoo, you will get 2 tight slaps across your face and you'll be sleeping outside the house. So I said, shit, what do I do? And I really wanted to get a tattoo. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get her birthday. What is she going to do? How will she slap me?
Okay.
So then I've come home with my mom, dad, and my brother's birthday tattooed on my hand. And obviously she started crying and she got emotional. Best daughter ever. That was the story.
From not getting a thappad to actually like, you know, making her cry.
Yeah. That was the vibe. That's exactly what happened. And this tattoo I have with my best friend Khushi. So this tattoo, it's actually a very funny story. Our friends were waiting for us at dinner. And we were at some cafe we were supposed to meet, and I'm gonna add the tomatoes.
Yes.
I'll tell you this story after. I don't want my pasta to get spoiled in the middle of me telling you the story. And then I'm gonna I've cut most of them, and then there's some I'm just gonna throw in like that.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's a red sauce pasta today, is what?
Not really, actually.
Yeah.
No, it'll switch. The color will change. The color will change. Yeah. And see, I don't have a namak ka andaza, so that I'm gonna make you do.
Okay.
Put in some salt. I have no salt sense at all. This I don't know. This I can't.
This much I'm adding because I don't want, like, you know, I'm just. Yeah.
Bas.
Yeah. Because
So
zyada salt
if the pasta is salty, it's not my fault because I didn't put the namak. And then I'm gonna add some
mirchi. See, it's not going to be salty as such.
What else? I'm gonna add some fresh cream.
Okay.
See, now this is the unhealthy part of my dish. If you want to skip it, you can. You can fully skip this step. Yeah, and you can smell it, like I can smell it till here. And this is like some fresh oregano. Yes. And I'm gonna...
Half that we'll add later on, no? The oregano.
Yeah, the oregano, the parmesan cheese.
That will be grated and like later on.
Just feeling like...
It's for garnishing, no? Probably.
Yeah, we can add a little more cream. And that's pretty much what it should look like in the end.
So I think after this you're going to work out a lot. Probably more hours at the gym.
Yeah, but this would be like we should do like a 20-minute extra.
Yes.
And now this one pot pasta is almost ready, and I'm gonna cover it and let it cook. Now I can tell you everything you want to know.
We are going back to the Khushi in your life, because you can see the Khushi right now in your life, which was taking place.
Yes.
But about the heart
Yeah,
tattoo.
so this tattoo, it's a very funny story actually. We didn't think things through at all. We were probably in 10th or 11th grade, and the rest of our friends were meeting somewhere. So she picked me. And we said, okay, let's go and pick McDonald's from Lokhandwala Market, because we thought that was the smartest decision to make in that moment. So we've gone, picked up McDonald's, and we came out and the car was out. We were going to go and meet the rest of our friends, and we saw a tattoo place right opposite, and we just looked at each other and we were like, let's go. So we've gone to this random tattoo place, randomly just gone in, and he was just like, what do you want to get? We had no idea what we wanted to get, so we just got this matching heart tattoo. We actually went in just to get like a McDonald's burger, and we've come out with a tattoo.
After a burger, if you get a tattoo, I'm surprised what you're not.
It was very impulsive, impromptu. We just didn't think. We were like,
I'm getting more curious to know about your stories. Like, what do you do when you get impulsive? What have you done more?
Yeah, don't go to pick McDonald's and come back home with a tattoo. But it's sweet. I like it. I really like this tattoo.
It's like, Mom, I just went to have a burger, but suddenly
I randomly came back home with a tattoo. Yeah, that's basically what happened. Actually, again, we fuss out Khushi in every tattoo now that I think of it. So she has gone and got, three of us, me, my friend Malaya and Khushi, we three of us planned to get this tattoo. And we went in, and then I realized I was going in for a holiday just a week after. So the tattoo guy said, you can't put your foot into seawater after the tattoo. So I said, cool, I can't get it. Now you get it. Both of you all get it. And I'll get it once I'm back. Because we decided to get it together.
Correct.
The intention was that. And my friend Malaya also had something, and she was like, even I have something, even I have to go to some beach, something. I can't get this tattoo now, I'll get it after. So Khushi said, cool, I'll get it. So Khushi's, if I have a photo, I'll show it to you. Hers was it was a very pencil drawn butterfly. And then Malaya and I, a week later, went to get the same tattoo again, and we made ours much cuter. So hers looks like a moth, and mine and Malaya's looks like a butterfly. That is what happened.
So it was like establishing phase 2 versus an established
So
one.
actually, 3 of our tattoos don't even look the same. Mine and Malaya's looks the same because we made it cuter. We went on Pinterest. We took our time to get the butterfly right, and hers looks like a moth.
What all more crazy things you prefer doing, when you're with your friends and all?
This is not so many. These are probably my 2 craziest stories.
Yeah,
I'm not
one
so
is
crazy.
very interesting, which is just go to the burger and then get a tattoo.
Get
I
a tattoo.
really love that one
That's
actually.
definitely probably one of the craziest things I've ever done.
And even this idea was very interesting, I must say that.
Yeah, it's cute.
No, the hand one
The
basically.
hand one, yeah. See, I didn't get a slap when I got back home.
That was a trick.
That was a trick.
So when you told your mom that, I want to get into the world of acting and, of course, she knows, family members have been in that,
Yeah.
How was her reaction to it?
Honestly, out of everyone, I think my mom was the most against it. She was like, no, just study and go to college and, don't, it's too much and I don't know if you'd be able to handle it. And I'm a bit of a rotu, I get upset very fast. So that's why she was very against it. But I feel like now, today, after seeing my first film, I think she said, I'm not going to let you do anything, you quietly focus. And now she's always on my ass. You've gone for acting class, you've gone for a dance class. And I'm like, what happened to you?
Yeah.
You were the same person that was like, no, you do anything except this. So
Wow,
tables have turned. Yeah, tables have turned fully.
And it's you have to put some efforts to convince your parents, listen, I want to do this profession. And they're like, no, there's some, kind of, and it's an illusion,
Yeah.
A lot of people have, basically probably it's like this, probably media is like this, probably
Yeah.
Bollywood is like this. So, I'm sure you must have faced that.
I feel like I've seen a lot of it as a child. I've seen the ups and downs with my dad, with my dada, with everyone at home. So it's not something I wasn't mentally ready for as much as my mom thought I wasn't. My dad was always my biggest motivator. He always said, he always supported me. When mom said no, he was always like, go for it.
Wow.
And now I feel like she is more at it than even him. She's the one reminding me, you did not gone for dance class in 5 days. And I'm like, you were saying that?
Of all you?
Out of all you, yeah, she was very against it, I feel, when I was in school. And I used to always tell her, I want to act. And she used to be like, no, just quietly go to school.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But as we talk about your dad's profession also, he was an actor,
Right.
He's done TV and we
Yeah,
have seen
yeah.
him doing good television.
Yeah.
The interesting part was, and it was very cute also, is when Salman was accompanied, by his dad at the trailer launch, even your father came.
Yeah,
and that was one thing which I noticed because I stayed.
Oh, you noticed?
Because
He was trying to be
in
he was trying to be in he was trying to hide and he's like, I want you to be on your own and I don't want to look like I've come with you. He was fully trying to hide. I'm shocked you noticed.
No, because I took a video bite of yours, post the trailer launch and then
yeah.
I was like, oh, she's, and that
And he was with me,
very
yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
And how did you feel? Because, he's there watching you, your work, and then, there's this trailer launch, which is a massive trailer launch taking place
I
on a
always get
Sunday.
nervous before such events. When I'm facing media all at once, I get a little nervous. So knowing that he's there always it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, after when he watched the film and see the movie has faced its own, mixed responses,
Right.
be it from media, be it from social media. Of course, but, I'm sure their focus must be majorly on your part. What was the reaction you got?
I feel like he was only crying. I didn't watch the film with him. My mom and dad went together to watch the film and she has called me saying, I think your dad's gone mad. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, she's like, I feel like laughing. He's crying. He's sobbing since half an hour. I said, why? Because she was like, your hospital scene came and since then he's only crying. And that's why she called me. She's like, I've called to tell you to speak to him, and I'm trying to console him, saying, listen, Anjani's fine. She's upstairs. She's in the house.
Huh.
She's probably sleeping or having coffee or something. Like, why are you crying?
Your acting was so real that he was wondering what.
No,
she's
I think
going
it's
through.
just as a parent, you get emotional seeing your child. I think he's one of those, like, you know, oh, meri beti. That's his vibe.
That's a very good reaction that you got in a way, like an emotional.
Yeah. Me and my mom were only laughing at him. We were only making fun of him.
Any of the Bollywood, people like who have approached you or texted you a message, post watching your role, basically.
I think all my friends, couple of directors had reached out to me after watching Binny and Family, and it was nice to be appreciated from people within the same industry. And it's always special when your work is acknowledged.
Yeah.
It always feels nice.
Any compliments you got from Varun Dhawan?
He loved the first one. I'm just gonna see, my pasta is becoming soft.
Now you're getting me all the more excited. I can't wait to have my lunch.
There's some time. There's still some time.
Yeah, sometime. Okay, patiently have to wait.
Yeah.
So yes, as I was talking about Varun Dhawan, probably like how was his reaction, when
he loved the first film. He watched it I think before release, and the day he watched it, I went to the theater. Like he was watching it in his friend's theater, so I went to like give me a reaction, like what did you think? And he was very proud of me, and he loved the film. So yeah, everyone in the family, I think everyone cried.
You worked with a director who has made like amazing movies, down south.
Right.
Like even Ghajni for that matter,
Yeah,
he made it over
Murugudosai,
here.
yeah.
People spoke about it like how.
I still love that movie.
And yes,
it's
you
so nice.
You can just watch that because kind of basically it's like some different story altogether, and the way the emotions have been expressed, I feel. Even like watching the actors, meet Amir Khan, Jia, or even Asin. But working with someone like down south, and he's coming over here making a big budget movie, and you were being approached for a role over there. How that was for you, the auditions part of it, the approach, I really want to know that.
Honestly, my audition process was hilarious only because I have gone in fully prepared, and all night I was prepping that I have to kill it, I have to get the scene right. It was a 1.5 page scene, and I was auditioning in front of Murugudosai. Like he was watching the test, like he was directing me. So I was all the more nervous, saying I can't mess this up. This is a big opportunity.
Correct.
And I went in, and I was going in for like right just before take. He was like, "What scene are you doing?" I said, "This one." And he's like, "No, this is the wrong scene." I was like, "What do you mean?" And that 1.5 page scene, actually the AD made a mistake. I was not supposed to do that scene. I was actually supposed to do another one, which I got on the spot, which was a 6 page scene. So that really threw me off. And then they gave me enough time. I had 1 hour to prep, and it was very on the spot. So I was a nervous wreck that day.
That happens, that jitter.
That happens. That always happens. Yeah.
Did you try to impress them with any of your pastas?
No, actually, I don't think anyone has eaten anything that I've made other than me and my parents and my friends. Like I feel like I mostly cook only for myself, not for others. This is the first time I'm cooking for someone.
I'm so lucky right now to say that.
I swear, I never cook for anyone other than myself. That's actually it makes me sound so selfish, but nobody's ever asked me to make anything.
And as we come back to social media, your presence have, of course, like I'm sure how people see actually right now, are you like getting, more followers? Are they commenting on you? Are they saying, oh, basically Sikandar wali heroine, how things are for you?
Yeah, I think after Sikandar release, it caters to a much larger massier audience. So I had a lot of those instances where a lot of people were like, oh my god, Sikandar, and they would message me, and a lot of Salman Khan fans in my DMs for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now as we move to another side of it, probably we'll sit down, we'll eat this. One, yeah,
Ta-da!
it's one.
Perfect. Yay! I need to add now the main part, and my favorite part of eating a pasta is an excess load of cheese. This is just to act cool because everyone puts chili flakes, so even I'll put chili flakes.
But otherwise, you don't eat spicy.
Not at all. I can't eat spicy food at all. And that's it. It's
ready.
Ready. I think it looks amazing.
I'm having it like live on camera right now, and I want to give the reactions too. Fantabulous pasta which I have ever had. Like as you told me, like you have this thrice a day and thrice a week actually. Basically, it's completely
healthy.
Yeah.
My pasta is gluten-free. It's made out of spinach and oats.
Did you realize one thing also? You know, when I was having that, the onions have been sorted so well.
You can't even taste
can't
them.
even taste it. You can't even feel it. As we come on this end of this conversation, Anjini, I have to tell you this, that 2 movies for you and a long way to go. About the movie, you know, facing its own, you know, negativity also on social media, getting trolled and all that. How did you take that as? Because especially it was being targeted to Salman directly.
Right. Well, I don't think the fate of a film lands in the hands of an actor. There's a lot of other factors, and it's a very collaborative process to make a film. Having said that, I'm still extremely grateful and happy that I got to be a part of a film like that. I got the chance to work with Murga Dosto. I got the chance to share screen space with Salman sir, and that's always going to be very special for me. So I'm still very excited about it and just very grateful that I could be a part of it.
Sometimes it's just the experience which you take, and I'm sure not the. Do you kind of, you know, get, you know, do you really get worked up when you know that, you know, as an actress you are going to be judged by the critics, by the social media, by the audience out there? Do you kind of consider that, you know, while you're performing and your roles and all like that?
I mean, I don't really overthink that and stress on that when I was shooting my first film. I feel like when I was shooting this, I knew that I had an opportunity to work with Salman Khan and Murga Dosto, and that was a very big deal for me, and I was very excited for that. So I didn't think of anything else. I was like, I'm just getting to learn so much from two such established people in the industry, and I just could not be more grateful.
How was the conversation with Rashmika? I didn't, you know, I've seen you like, you know, on, you know, when you were promoting the movies and all, but otherwise how the conversations were?
Honestly, she's very, very sweet, and the first time I actually met her was at the trailer launch, because we never got the chance to meet on set because we didn't have any scenes together. So the first time we met was at the trailer launch, and she's very sweet, and her Korean heart is something we all did.
Yeah, we all did that basically.
Yeah.
How much are you into consuming? What kind of content do you consume the most? Are you into K-pops and like how?
I watch a lot of old Hindi movies. Like I'm very like in the early 2000s zone. I watch a lot of that. Watch a lot of reality TV. I watch a mix of everything. Like right now, I just finished watching Adolescence, which I thought was amazing.
Yes.
Right now, I'm watching The Good American Family, which is a true story. Very interesting. You should watch it.
I've not seen that.
Watch it. Watch it. Very interesting. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And
so mix of everything. I can't say like a particular thing.
And now that you have gone into this field completely, and I'm sure you are aware about that, you know, as an actress, that comparisons happen, you know, there is going to be this, you know, conversations which have already started flourishing in a way, you know, that Khushi Kapoor and Shanaya Kapoor would be your contenders, you know, kind of, you know, comparisons with their performances will also take place. How do you take that as?
I'm so excited. I can't wait. I've seen Khushi, and now I'm very excited for Shanaya's to debut. We're at the end of the day, we're school friends, so these things don't really matter. I think we're always rooting for one another. Whenever there's like a acting coach or like a dance class that either of us find, we are the first to message the other two, saying like, listen, join this class right now, it's so good. So we are always just helping each other out in whatever way we can.
That's very sweet. I must say that, you know, that's a new kind of, you know, culture.
Yeah, I mean, we're school friends, all these things don't matter. Like, you know, the love is very different.
But also, Anjini, as we spoke about, you know, school friends and all that, you know, if there is a movie like that, because, you know, we have seen actresses coming together for movies and all, are you willing to do that, you know, with your, you know, with your friends out
Why
there?
not? I'd be so excited. It'll be like one big party for us. We'll just be having so much fun together.
And what's next for you, apart from the pasta?
Apart from the pasta, there's nothing I can tell you yet.
So before I let you go, also Anjini, as you cannot, you know, reveal about your projects, if you could show your interest in, you know, kind of projects you would like to be a part of.
I'm honestly, Sonu, I want to be a part of everything. I want to do like a nice love story, a nice comedy film, something action, something thriller where I get to be like a murderer. I'd be very excited.
And I'm looking forward to see more of you now. You have got me
Hopefully
excited after
soon.
saying so many things, and you're not revealing those, so then of course I'm more curious. But thank you so much for such
Thank
a
you so
lovely
much.
chat and for such a lovely pasta.
I hope you're
And
going to make it at home.
yes, I will. I will make this, and now it's going to be known as Anjini Ka pasta.
I love that.
Right?
I
The
love
name,
that.
hashtag, probably, or
Yeah.
if you want to kind of modify it with something else,
Anjini
you
Ka
can.
pasta is good.
Anjini Ka
Yeah.
pasta. But thank you so much.
Thank you
for
so
your
much.
lovely time and all the very best. Looking forward to see more of your work. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.